Chapter 3. By the time I arrived at Miss Spindlewick's witch school for girls, I was feeling very soggy and sorry for myself. I landed on the black tarmac of the playground with a skid and looked around for my best friend Carlotta, but she was nowhere to be seen. I guess she must already have gone inside. I was a bit late after all. I walked through the big, heavy arched doors and down the echoey, shiny corridor to my classroom. "Oh, there you are, Mirabell," said Miss Spindlewick when I entered the room. "You're late." "I know," I said. "I'm sorry, Miss Spindlewick. But then I stopped. What could I say? I didn't want to admit that the reason I had got up late was because I hadn't put my potion kit away before bed, or that my broomstick wasn't flying properly because I had left it out in the rain. Instead, I shut my mouth and tried to look innocent. Miss Spindlewick crossed her arms over her chest and looked at me disapprovingly. "I've marked you down as late," she said, "which means you can stay in at morning break and sort the Newsbell books into alphabetical order in the library." "But," I began, "and," continued Miss Spindlewick, "you can run along to Mrs. Newt in the lost property office and change into something clean and dry. What in the name of leaping frogs has happened to your clothes?" I opened my mouth to explain, but then shut it again quickly. Miss Spindlewick can be quite fierce when she's cross. I shuffled backwards out of the door and along the corridor to the lost property office. I kicked the wall crossly as I went, doing it a little bit too hard by mistake. "Ow!" I said, clutching my toe and hopping the rest of the way. This was turning out to be the worst day ever. Everything was going wrong. "Morning, Mirabell," smiled Mrs. Newt when I reached her office. "Oh, you look a little bit worse for your wear today. Fall in a puddle, did you? I thought you were quite a good broomstick flyer." "I am," I said, feeling crosser than ever. It wasn't my fault. It was my broomstick. It was too wet to fly properly." "Oh," said Mrs. Newt, looking confused. "Why on earth was it wet?" "It doesn't matter," I said quickly. "Please, can I look in the lost property box? Miss Spindlewick says I have to change." "Of course, dear," said Mrs. Newt. "It's over there." It took me a long time to find something to wear from the lost property box. Everything I pulled out of the box was either too big or too small or not the right shape for me. In the end, I found myself wearing one long sock and one short sock and a dress that dragged along the ground. I felt very silly as I walked back along the corridor, holding up the dress so that I didn't trip over it. I saw Miss Spindlewick's mouth twitch when I re-entered the classroom, and as I walked towards my desk, I could hear little titters and snickers from all over the room. I made sure to give all the other witches dark glares as I passed them. "They'll be sorry," I thought. "Tomorrow." When I turned up to school early, on a completely dry broomstick with beautiful, tinsely hair, no one will be laughing then. I sat down on my chair and looked to my right. Where was Carlotta? I turned to mine and Carlotta's other friend, Kira. "Hey, Kira," I whispered. "Do you know where Carlotta is?" "She called in sick this morning," Kira whispered back. "Oh no," I thought, feeling my heart drop right back down into my boots again. I slumped down on my desk and put my head in my arms. Today really was awful. Things hadn't got any better by lunchtime. I realized that in my hurry to leave the house, I had forgotten my packed lunch. Dad always makes me special farewell sandwiches so that I don't have to eat the witch food at school. Today at the canteen, it was spider stew. Oh, I could hardly eat any of it. In the playground, I couldn't join in with the game of witch tag because my dress was too long and there was no Carlotta to keep me company either. I sat on one of the benches and stroked Violet crossly. I think I might have stroked her a little too hard because she squirmed away and then started to blow fire at me whenever I tried to pick her back up again. Fine, I huffed. We were learning potions in the afternoon and I was partnered with Kira. She's so nice, but she doesn't like to mess around in lessons like Carlotta. Today, witches, we will be learning a transformation potion, said Miss Spindlewick. This potion will temporarily turn anything it touches into a frog. It is excellent for self-defense. My ears pricked up at the sound of that. A transformation potion sounded fun. Maybe my day was about to improve. I picked up one of the bottles we needed to use for the potion and tried to tuck the top of it. It was very stiff. Let me do it, Mirabell, said Kira kindly. That's okay, I can do it, I said, straining harder to pull the top off. Pop! A load of green fizzy powder spilled all over the desk. Mirabell, hissed Kira. Sorry, I said, putting the bottle down and stepping away from the desk. Maybe it would be better if I didn't touch anything else today. I sat back down on my chair and watched as Kira happily made the potion on her own. Kira is excellent at potions, and it was quite entertaining watching my pencil case turn into a frog and hop around the desk for 5 minutes. Even better, at the end of the lesson, we were each allowed to fill a small bottle of our potion to take home. I slipped mine into my dress pocket. By the time the bell rang for home time, I wasn't feeling quite so awful. Still, I couldn't wait to run out of school as fast as I could and jumped back onto my broomstick. It was almost dry now and much easier to fly. I whirled into the air, feeling the wind whip round my face and swirl through my hair. Bye.